In the quaint village of Atan, life was peaceful and predictable. The villagers were hardworking and kind-hearted, living in harmony with one another. The village was known for its lush green fields, vibrant markets, and close-knit community. Atan was a place where everyone knew everyone, and news traveled fast. Among the villagers was Bayo, a man known for his charm and good looks. Standing at 6 feet 2 inches with a muscular build, Bayo's presence commanded attention. His skin was a deep, rich brown, and his eyes were a striking shade of hazel that seemed to sparkle with mischief. His hair was short and neatly trimmed, always kept in immaculate condition. Bayo had a smile that could light up a room, and he knew how to use it to his advantage. Bayo was married to Adunni, a beautiful and kind-hearted woman. Adunni was the epitome of grace and dignity, with a slender frame and a warm, inviting smile. Her skin was a smooth, dark chocolate tone, and her eyes were a deep brown, full of warmth and wisdom. Her hair was always styled in intricate braids, often adorned with colorful beads. Adunni was loved by everyone in the village for her generosity and gentle nature. Bayo and Adunni had been married for 5 years, and while Adunni was devoted to her husband, Bayo had a wandering eye. He was often seen flirting with other women in the village, much to Adunni's dismay. Despite her best efforts to keep their marriage strong, Bayo's infidelity continued to strain their relationship. Bayo's infidelity began shortly after their marriage. He was drawn to the thrill of the chase and the excitement of new conquest. He believed that as long as he provided for Adunni and kept his affairs discreet, there would be no harm done. But Adunni was no fool. She sensed the changes in Bayo's behavior and the distance growing between them. One evening, as Adunni prepared dinner, Bayo came home later than usual. His clothes were disheveled, and he reeked of perfume. Adunni confronted him, but Bayo dismissed her concerns with a wave of his hand. "You're overreacting," he said. "I was just out with friends. Stop worrying so much." Adunni's heart ached with the weight of his words. She wanted to believe him, but the signs were undeniable. She decided to seek advice from her best friend, Amina. Amina was a wise and outspoken woman, known for her no-nonsense attitude. She had always been there for Adunni, offering support and guidance. The next day, Adunni visited Amina's house. They sat in the small, cozy living room, sipping tea as Adunni poured out her heart. "I don't know what to do," Adunni said, her voice trembling. "I love Bayo, but I can't keep ignoring his behavior. It's tearing me apart." Amina listened carefully, her eyes filled with empathy. "Adunni, you deserve to be treated with respect and love," she said firmly. "Bayo needs to understand that his actions have consequences. You need to stand up for yourself and let him know that you won't tolerate his infidelity." Adunni took Amina's advice to heart. That evening, she confronted Bayo once again, this time with more resolve. "Bayo, I know you've been seeing other women," she said, her voice steady. "I deserve better than this. If you truly love me, you'll stop and make things right." Bayo was taken aback by her newfound strength. He realized that he had pushed Adunni to her breaking point. "I'm sorry, Adunni," he said, trying to sound sincere. "I promise I'll change. Just give me another chance." For a while, it seemed like Bayo had turned over a new leaf. He spent more time with Adunni, showering her with attention and affection. They took long walks together, shared meals, and laughed like they used to. Adunni's heart began to heal, and she hoped that their marriage could be salvaged. But old habits die hard. Bayo's resolve soon wavered, and he found himself drawn to a new woman in the village, Kemi. Kemi was a striking beauty, with a curvaceous figure and an alluring smile. She was new to Atan, having recently moved there to live with her aunt. Kemi was well aware of Bayo's reputation, but she enjoyed the attention he lavished on her. Bayo and Kemi began a secret affair, meeting in secluded spots away from prying eyes. Bayo thought he was being clever, but whispers of his infidelity began to spread through the village. Adunni heard the rumors, and her heart sank. She had given Bayo another chance, only to be betrayed once more. The situation reached a boiling point when Adunni caught Bayo and Kemi together. She had followed him one evening, her suspicions confirmed when she saw them in a passionate embrace. Adunni's heart shattered, and she felt a surge of anger and betrayal. Adunni confronted Bayo in front of Kemi, her voice shaking with rage. "How could you do this to me, Bayo? After everything, I gave you another chance, and this is how you repay me." Bayo was caught off guard, unable to come up with an excuse. Kemi, sensing the tension, quickly made her exit, leaving Bayo to face the consequences alone. Adunni's strength and dignity in that moment were undeniable. She walked away, tears streaming down her face, but her head held high. Bayo was left standing there, realizing the gravity of his actions. That night, Adunni packed her belongings and left their home. She went to stay with Amina, who welcomed her with open arms. The village soon learned of what had happened, and many sided with Adunni, offering their support and sympathy. Bayo was left alone, grappling with the consequences of his betrayal. He tried to reach out to Adunni, but she refused to see him. He realized that he had taken her love and trust for granted, and now he was paying the price. Days turned into weeks, and Bayo found himself consumed by guilt and regret. He missed Adunni deeply, realizing that he had lost the most important person in his life. The once charming man was now a shadow of his former self, haunted by his mistakes. One evening, Bayo decided to visit the village elder, Baba Olu. Baba Olu was a wise and respected figure, known for his deep understanding of life and its complexities. Bayo hoped that the elder could offer him guidance and a path to redemption. Baba Olu welcomed Bayo into his humble home, offering him a seat and a cup of herbal tea. The elder listened patiently as Bayo poured out his heart, confessing his sins and expressing his deep remorse. "Baba Olu, I have wronged Adunni in ways I can't even begin to express," Bayo said, his voice trembling. "I love her, but I've hurt her so much. How can I make things right?" Baba Olu looked at Bayo with compassionate eyes. "Bayo, redemption is a difficult path, but it is not impossible. You must show Adunni that you have truly changed. Actions speak louder than words. You must earn her trust and forgiveness through your deeds." The elder advised Bayo to focus on self-improvement and to find ways to give back to the community. He suggested that Bayo volunteer his time and skills to help those in need, showing that he was committed to becoming a better man. Bayo took Baba Olu's words to heart. He began to immerse himself in community service, helping to rebuild homes, assist the elderly, and mentor the village youth. He worked tirelessly, hoping that his actions would speak louder than his past mistakes. As weeks turned into months, the villagers began to notice the changes in Bayo. They saw his genuine efforts to make amends and his commitment to bettering himself. Slowly, their attitudes towards him began to soften. One day, as Bayo was helping to build a new school for the village children, he saw Adunni walking by. She had heard of his efforts and was curious to see the changes for herself. Bayo's heart skipped a beat as their eyes met, and he felt a glimmer of hope. Adunni approached Bayo, her expression guarded but curious. "I've heard about what you've been doing," she said softly. "Why?" Bayo looked into her eyes, his voice sincere. "Adunni, I've realized how much I've hurt you and how much I've taken you for granted. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I'm trying to become a better man. Not just for you, but for myself and the community. Adunni saw the genuine remorse in Bayo's eyes. She felt a flicker of the love she once had for him, buried beneath layers of pain and betrayal. She knew that trust would take time to rebuild, but she was willing to give him a chance. Over the next few months, Bayo and Adunni slowly began to rebuild their relationship. They spent time together, talking about their past, their mistakes, and their hopes for the future. Bayo continued to show through his actions that he was committed to change. The village watched as Bayo and Adunni navigated their path to reconciliation. It was not an easy journey, but their love and determination saw them through. Adunni's heart slowly began to heal, and she found herself falling in love with Bayo once more. 1 year after Adunni had left Bayo, the village gathered to celebrate the completion of the new school. It was a joyous occasion, filled with music, dance, and laughter. As the festivities began, Bayo stood before the villagers, humbled and grateful. Bayo took Adunni's hand, looking into her eyes with love and gratitude. Adunni, you have shown me the power of forgiveness and the strength of true love. I promise to cherish and respect you for the rest of my life. The villagers cheered, their hearts warmed by the couple's journey of redemption. Adunni smiled, her eyes filled with tears of happiness. She knew that their love had been tested and had emerged stronger than ever. The story of Bayo and Adunni is a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and the possibility of redemption. It reminds us that while we all make mistakes, it is never too late to change and make amends. Bayo and Adunni's love continued to grow, their bond stronger than ever. They worked together to build a better future for themselves and their community. The villagers often spoke of their journey, using it as a lesson in the importance of honesty, respect, and the possibility of second chances. Years later, Bayo and Adunni's story became a cherished part of the village's oral tradition. It was told and retold around the fire, inspiring generations to come. Their legacy of love and redemption lived on, a reminder that even the deepest wounds can heal with time, effort, and genuine remorse. Thank you for joining us for this heartfelt tale. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more captivating stories. Let us know in the comments what tales you'd like to hear next. Until then, remember that love and redemption are always within reach.